Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today you're coming book shopping with me. So I'm in my living room today because I am just about to leave and head out to go to the bookstore. I'm so excited to shop for some books. The bookstore always makes me so calm and like so happy. So I'm really excited to bring you along for the journey. I actually asked on Instagram whether you guys would prefer an in-store book shopping video or an online book shopping video, and the majority of you said in-store, but you know what? I'm gonna do both. How's that for satisfying the audience? So I've got a list of things that I'm looking for. We're gonna be heading out to the bookstore soon, but since we are going on this book buying journey together, I am so excited to let you know that this video is being sponsored by Karma. So Karma is a free app and Google Chrome extension that makes sure that you never miss a price drop or a coupon code on any of your favorite items. I personally use it all the time when I'm just like mindlessly online shopping and need to, you know, control myself a little bit, which is, let's face it, all the time. So make sure to check the link in my description box below to try it out for yourself. So Karma actually used to be called Shoptagr, and if you watched my previous book haul, you might already be familiar with them, but they changed their name because they're always expanding their capabilities, and their new name represents the good karma that they put forth by helping people save money, which I love that so much. So most recently, I actually used Karma to get my hands on the box set of the Keeper of the Lost City series. All of these books are out of order right now, so please ignore that. I've actually read them all at this point. But the Karma app actually sent me a notification that let me know that the series dropped from its list price of $49 to a whopping $30. And because you guys know I am addicted to this series, I snatched it up when I saw that. So all it takes is the simple click of a button to get the extension set up in your browser. From that point, you can just visit any of your favorite online stores and save whatever you've got your eye on. Karma will let you know through either email or mobile push notification if an item that you've saved goes on sale, comes back in stock, or has a relevant coupon. So there are a couple of things that I personally really love about Karma and actually use every time I'm on my computer online shopping. So first up is their lists feature. You can actually organize everything that you've saved in Karma into different wish lists, which really helps when you are an impulse buyer like me and really need to shop more mindfully. So second is coupons. Karma will actually scan the internet for all sorts of relevant coupons when you're at checkout to make sure that you're getting the best price. This is a special feature of the Google Chrome extension though, so make sure that you're using your computer when you online shop to always be able to use it. And then finally, we've got the cashback feature. So you can actually earn cash via PayPal when you shop with select retail partners through Karma. And this has actually become one of my favorite things recently because now more than ever, it's important to get that max value on whatever you're buying. So thank you so much to Karma for sponsoring this video, working with me again, and supporting my work. Make sure you guys go check out the link in my description below to download Karma on both your computer and phone and to start saving as much money as possible. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's go to the bookstore. Been waiting for this book. I'm so happy it's here. I really want this book, but I don't like the mass market paperback. I want to get like the one that's like big like this. So I think I'm gonna wait and see if I can find that somewhere. But this book I have heard a lot about recently, and I would really love to read it at some point. So we'll hold on to that. My brother is making me read these books. They're pretty good, to be honest with you. He's making me read them, and then I'm gonna apparently watch the anime afterward. I don't know. These covers are so pretty. Like the new covers of these books. I love these so much. I heard about this book. It's like Pride and Prejudice, but with a murder. It's like a thriller version of Pride and Prejudice, which sounds honestly pretty great. Section. My mom and I watched this TV show on, I don't remember where it is. Is it on Amazon Prime or something? I don't know. But we watched this TV show and it was so funny and weird. If you haven't seen the show, it's actually really funny, really good. I would highly recommend. A lot of people have also been telling me to read this series, but we don't have the Poppy War here, so that's fun. This is my favorite shelf in Barnes & Noble, all the way down here at the bottom. I've also heard a lot about this series over the years, and it's always been on my list to attempt one day. I might wait on it just because it's not like a priority right now, or it's not anything that I'm like really interested in reading at the moment, but I've definitely heard a lot about this one, and I want to eventually get to it because it's apparently a really good fantasy series, but not today. Ah yes, the Table of Sarah J. Maas. What would we do without you? We got the goods! Now time to go home and order some more books online because I can't stop. It's a problem.
That is true.
That is true.
That's true.
It's very true. Okay, you guys, so I got home from the bookstore about 30 minutes ago, I think, and I wanted to go ahead and film the rest of this now before I forgot and put it off for too long. So what we're gonna do now is do some online book shopping, because if you know, you know, bookstore prices tend to be very high. Like the list prices for books in bookstores tend to be really high compared to what's online for lots of different reasons that I won't get into now. And if I were at an indie bookstore or an independent bookstore other than like Barnes & Noble, which is the only thing I have near me, I would definitely pay those prices to support that bookstore, obviously. But since Barnes & Noble is a really big company, I am perfectly fine with buying some in store and some online and just supporting them that way. So that's why I'm gonna be finishing this up with some online book shopping, because I want a couple of more books and I didn't want to pay so much money for them. So we're gonna do that now. Sorry that this camera angle is gonna be kind of off to the side a little bit while I'm doing this. Just, you know, it's the best I can do right now. So we're gonna go to Barnes & Noble, and normally I try to like look at the books tab, maybe if it wants to click. Okay, well sometimes I will go to the books tab and just look through some of the April picks and stuff like that if it wants to load, but apparently it's being really slow right now. So what I'm gonna do instead is start looking up a bunch of different books. The first book that I actually wanna look up is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, because I've seen a couple of people talk about it recently. I know that it's an adult fantasy set in like ancient civilization or something. Yeah, it's inspired by the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas and woven into a tale of celestial prophecies, political intrigue, and forbidden magic. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I definitely want to get this. Wait, what is the paperback? It's available now. Oh no, pre-order. June 29th. That's not very far away. Should I just pre-order the paperback version of it? I don't know. I'll just add the hardcover to my cart and decide a little bit later. But yeah, I heard that this is supposed to be really good from a couple of different people. Specifically, most recently, Alexandria Ang on Instagram said that it was a really, really, really good book, one of her favorites of the year. So I'm gonna add it to my cart and we will make some decisions. I also wanted to order another book from my middle grade TBR video that I uploaded earlier this year. Eva Evergreen's Semi-Magical Witch. Oh my god, I forgot that I wanted to read that. I recently just saw somebody feature that book on Instagram, and it made me really want it, because if you guys haven't seen the cover of this book, oh my god, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, the cover of this book 100% qualifies as cutest cover I've ever seen. Like, look at how cute it is. Oh my god. Like, Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch. I love everything about this book. I'm so excited. I've heard really good things, so I want to add it. I'm gonna add it because it's so cute. Do you hear my computer? I don't know what's happening. Another book that I really wanted recently was The Kingdom of Back by Marie Lu. I don't know why. I feel like this was a really popular book when it first came out, like either last year or the year before or whenever it was that it came out. But I've been seeing it recently on Instagram a lot, and every time I see it, the cover just like calls to me. It's like, Ashley, you know you want me. And I'm like, oh my god. So I'm just gonna add it to my cart because this is a complete cover buy for me. Even though I know somewhat of what the story is about, it's about, right, the Mozart siblings? Yeah, 2 siblings, 2 brilliant talents, but only 1 Mozart. Historical YA fantasy about a musical prodigy and the dangerous lengths she'll go to make history remember her. I really like that. That sounds super intriguing to me. So I'm adding it, and we will just go through all of the books that I'm adding to my cart later, and we'll figure out which ones that I like actually want. Oh my god, all these books are just coming to me. There's so many books that I want right now, you guys. I don't know how to cope with this. God, there's a lot of books Brandon Sanderson's written. Oh my god. The Stormlight Archive, the Mistborn trilogy, Mistborn, the Wax and Wayne series, and then this Arcanum Unbounded. Like, what? And then they're like all in the same sort of universe. Is that what the thing is? I don't understand Brandon Sanderson's work, but his books are so good. I was hoping that Barnes & Noble would have like a larger paperback, because when I was in the store, I saw the mass market paperback, but I didn't see a larger one. What does the hardcover look like? The hardcover is so expensive. Oh my god, $31. Okay, this one might have to wait a little bit. That's a little bit more than I'm willing to spend on a book. Let's look at what books I have in my like Karma list, because that will definitely help me narrow it down. We Hunt the Flame. I added this in here randomly because I saw somebody say that it was like an enemies to lovers romance story, and I was like, that sounds interesting. God, I'm so conflicted. What do I want? You know what I wanted to look at? We're gonna go on Book Depository for a little bit, because I really wanted to look at 6 Crimson Cranes. That reminds me, I should buy Unravel the Dusk. Oh my god. Wow. Ashley, so smart. I'm going to look at 6 Crimson Cranes because oh my god, it's so beautiful. The UK cover of 6 Crimson Cranes, like, yeah, the US one is really pretty too, but the UK cover of 6 Crimson Cranes, oh my god. Oh my god. It's so pretty. It's so pretty! And then apparently they're also redoing Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dusk, their covers for the UK versions as well, and they're gonna match this, and it's just so pretty! I don't even know what this is about, but I want it just because of the cover. A Princess in Exile, 6 Enchanted Cranes, An Unspeakable Curse. A beautiful and immersive YA fantasy retelling of the Grimm brothers, the Six Swans fairy tale, set in an East Asian-inspired world by author of Spin the Dawn. But since this is a July release, I'm actually going to save it to my Karma list. That way I'll have it there for when I want to buy it later. But I'm definitely buying it, and I'm buying this cover because this cover is beautiful. Speaking of all of that, I really want to get Unravel the Dusk because I don't have it yet. It's the sequel to Spin the Dawn, and I haven't read it, and I've been wanting to get it. So heck yeah, let's get it. Wait, is the paperback out yet? June 1st. Oh my god, why are all of these paperbacks not coming out until June? I would so much rather have the paperback than the hardcover, even though it doesn't match my first one. I'd literally rather have the paperback. But I mean, I also kind of want it now, so maybe we'll just like add to cart. I'm so bad. I'm so bad when it comes to book buying. You all have to make me stop. Make me stop. Let's see what I have in my cart at this point, because I honestly don't know what I put in there. So we've got Unravel the Dusk, The Kingdom of Back, Eva Evergreen, Semi-Magical Witch, and Black Sun. I definitely want Black Sun, so that's a definite yes. And then I think for the other ones, I'm just gonna have to decide what is more important to me. Like, I feel like The Kingdom of Back is not super important because it's not something that I like need to read right this second. But at the same time, it's the cheapest book on this list, so like, should I just bite the bullet and do it? But then also, Unravel the Dusk is a sequel to a book that I've been wanting to read. Unravel the Dusk is also on my 21 books I will get to in 2021 list, so I feel like I should get that so that I can finally read it. I'm just gonna decide what I'm doing, and we will figure it out a little later. And when I do my little haul, you'll see what I ended up buying. That's the most that I can promise you right now. I just really have to like dig deep and think hard about like what I want. Well, I'm gonna make these hard decisions because I'm super indecisive. And then I will come back with my little haul where I show you what I got in store and online. And we will learn together what I decided to go with in the end. All right guys, so please ignore my room. It's a little bit of a mess, but today I am going to be doing the haul portion of this video. It's been some time and I have gotten all of the books in the mail, and I've gotten all the books that I got at the bookstore, and so now it's time to haul them and show you what I got. So we'll start with the ones that I got from the bookstore, Barnes & Noble. I wish I had some like cool indie bookstores near me, but unfortunately I don't. So we're gonna have to settle for Barnes & Noble. The first book that I got at Barnes & Noble is one that probably won't surprise you guys, and that is The Serpent's Curse by Lisa Maxwell, the third book in the Last Magician trilogy. I'm so excited for this book. It's also so much chunkier than I thought it was going to be, which makes me so much more excited to read it. If you don't know about The Last Magician, it's one of my favorite series of all time. It's so great and so underrated, and more people should read it. It's an urban fantasy with historical fiction elements to it. It's also a heist book. It's got a great romance, and it's got a great like ragtag sort of group of people, and it's so good. I love it to death, and this is the third book, which means everything is going to culminate and finish up and all of that, and I'm just so excited to read it. Oh my god. I do have to reread the second book first before I hop into this, but once I do that, it's fair game for this baby. And so the second book that I ended up getting at Barnes & Noble was actually one that I hadn't expected to get or hadn't planned to get when I went there, but I saw it on the shelf in the middle grade section and was like, okay, I can't pass this up because so many people have been telling me it's so good ever since I mentioned it, and that is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I mentioned this story in my video where I talked about middle grade books I want to add to my TBR this year, and I'm super happy to have a physical copy of this because I've been wanting to read it, like I mentioned in that video, and now that I have it, I can like make sure that I see it all the time. That way my brain doesn't forget about it and put it on the back burner. It's always in front of me, so I will always remember my obligation to what I said I was going to do, which is read this book this year. So from what I remember about this story, it's about a witch who lives near this town, and the people in the town believe that she terrorizes the town, and so every year they leave a baby as an offering for her. But she doesn't like kill the babies or anything like that. She takes them in and she rescues them and delivers them to welcoming families on the other side of the forest. So she's a good witch, right? But one day she accidentally feeds a baby Moonlight and gives it magical powers, and so we're kind of following this girl as her 13th birthday approaches and her magic begins to emerge with unpredictable consequences just when it's time for Zan to collect another child. Meanwhile, a young man is determined to free his people by killing the witch, and then there's a bunch of other stuff that happens. So I've heard from people that this is a very moving and touching and beautiful story, so I'm really excited to finally read it because I've seen it for years now and just have never picked it up. Glad I got it. I'm also happy that it's a paperback because I love paperback books. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. My tastes have changed over the years and I am a paperback bitch. Those were the two books that I got from Barnes & Noble. Went online and bought some more, so let me show you what I got in the mail. I'll continue the middle grade train by showing you another middle grade story that I got that I'm really excited about because it just looks so darn cute, and that is Eva Evergreen, The Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe. It's probably focusing on my face, so I'm sorry, but look at how cute this cover is. I can't. It's so cute. So yeah, that was one of the main reasons that I picked this book up. Total cover buy, not even gonna lie about it. But also the story just sounds really adorable as well. Obviously it's about a girl named Eva Evergreen, and she is determined to become a novice witch before her 13th birthday because if she doesn't, she'll lose her magic forever. The only problem is that she only has a little bit of magic. Remember, she's a semi-magical witch. So she ends up going to this town to open this shop to try to prove that she's worthy of her magic or something like that. And then she ends up having to try to fight off this dark evil thing that is coming soon, and she has to, you know, muster up her strength even though she's only semi-magical and try to fight this thing off. So I think it's gonna be a really cute little fantasy story, and I'm really excited to read it. It's just one of those like really like aesthetically pleasing stories that I absolutely love and really want to have on my shelf, no matter how like childish they may look. I'm totally fine with having this on my shelf as a 23-year-old because it's beautiful. So there we go. Now the last two books that I got are actually adult fantasy, and I'm really excited to haul them right now because I've been wanting to read them for a while and just hadn't gotten my hands on them. So without further ado, the first one that I would like to haul is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. The only thing that I know about this story, there's two things that I know. One is that it is based on the civilizations of the pre-Columbian Americas, which I think is really interesting and cool because I've never read a story like that before. And also, I'm pretty sure that this features like non-binary characters and other characters of different genders and possibly sexualities, which I am excited to read because I feel like we don't get as much of that in fantasy as we have recently in contemporary and romance and stuff like that. So I'm just super excited to read this, especially as a like just super diverse fantasy. I'm here, I'm ready. I don't know anything about the plot, to be completely honest with you, but it's fine. I never usually do. I like to go into books not really knowing what the hell is happening, and this will probably be no different. I'm just really excited to have it. Also, this cover is just so pretty. Like, what is happening on here? I don't even care. I really want it and like it and want to read it. And then the last book that I got from my online order that I placed was Warbreaker Warbreaker. Oh my god, I thought I was saying that wrong. By Brandon Sanderson. So you might notice that this is the UK version of this cover, and when I was doing some research and trying to find a paperback version of this story, I could only find the mass market paperback, which is teeny tiny, or the hardcover, which is like freaking massive and $30. So I was like, okay, let's do some research, and I ended up finding this on some website, I can't even remember what, and I just bought it. I bought it, and I don't care that it doesn't match any of my other books because I'm pretty sure this story is kind of like a standalone in a way anyway, right? I could be totally wrong, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. And I also don't know what this book is about either. Hell if I know. Warbreaker is the story of two sisters who happen to be princesses. The god king one of them has to marry, a lesser god, and an immortal trying to undo the mistakes he made hundreds of years ago. Theirs is a world in which those who die in glory return as gods. A world transformed by biochromatic magic, a power based on an essence known as breath, which can only be collected one unit at a time from individual people. But it's worth it. By using breath and drawing upon the color in everyday objects, all manner of miracles and mischief can be performed. So I knew before going into this that the magic system was somehow based off of color, which I found really interesting, so I'm really excited to hop into this at some point soon. And also, I can't remember what order somebody recommended that I read Brandon Sanderson's work in, but I have already read the Mistborn trilogy, and I figured that this was a good stepping stone before I started The Way of Kings and that series, whatever it's called. I can't remember the name of the series. Because I'm pretty sure maybe possibly this is a standalone fantasy, even though all of his work consists and is set in like the same universe, right? Like it's like the universe of the Cosmere or something like that. Brandon Sanderson mega fans, I'm sorry, I'm probably disappointing you here, but I'm just giving you what I know off the top of my head. So anyway, all of his work kind of falls under this umbrella universe kind of thing, even though the series might be standalone or separate. So that's all I know, that's all I got. Now I have this one and we'll get to it at some point, right? Okay, so these are the books that I ended up getting in this video and on my little come book shopping with me tour. They're all technically books that I have wanted, so I'm really happy that I didn't just go in with like, I don't know. I did go in with no expectations, but I'm glad that I didn't just buy things for the hell of it, that I really stuck to books that have been on my list for a while. I'm really excited to get to them. I have a good mix of fantasy. Actually, they're all fantasy. I just realized that. I have a good mix of young adult, adult, and middle grade. That's one way to look at it. And before we go, I want to give a huge thank you once again to Karma for sponsoring this video and for working with me again and supporting my work. I really appreciate it. And remember, you guys can check the link in my description below to download Karma for free and start saving money. It's amazing and I love it so much. I use it all the time. Oh my god. But other than that, I think that's going to be it for this video. If you guys want to follow me on any of my socials, all my handles are in the description. Thank you so much for watching and I will catch you later. Bye!